Welcome back, mates. Crypto Lovers Trading Group over is doing well. I wanted to cover this really quickly. I thought this was really awesome because I know there are a lot of people into crypto that have come from the stock market like me, option trading, and all of those things. And really, a lot of people, there are people who don't consider crypto technology, right? It's blockchain technology. But for some reason, most of the people out there have bought into narratives regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrency that aren't really understanding the technology and the technological evolution and innovation that's coming, because we don't really talk about Bitcoin and blockchain technology in the same way we talk about all of the other technologies like the internet. Okay. And so that's what you want to look at. But here I thought this was really, really interesting to see um, with these charts of how you comparing Bitcoin's price action behavior and over the last years on a weekly basis compared to technology companies. Now, obviously, we know in the States there's been a big boom in the NASDAQ, big boom in the S&P for the last few years. But so you've got to go back longer, in order to find these moves where these technology companies fell below their moving averages, their 50s, in terms of their weekly performances, right? And so it's interesting to look at these charts. Obviously, you have Bitcoin here where we are now. And a lot of people have considered Bitcoin to be really in a year-long, maybe a 16-month-long accumulation phase, right? Really, it's kind of how they look at it now, and it's a wide gap from 28 to 70, okay, in terms of everything that's happened within that range. But it's not dissimilar, mates, to what has happened in Amazon, what has happened in Google, what has happened in Apple. Okay, there could be an argument made that it is more reminiscent of an Apple pattern, necessarily than Google and Amazon. But they're still very, very similar. Um, and why this is important is you have to remember Amazon's run, okay, Google's run, to a lesser extent Apple, but let's focus on Amazon and Google from an adoption and an acceptance, okay? Amazon had a real shaky beginning, right? After going up, then it coming down, and then obviously we know where Amazon is today, right? Google. Google kind of came in terms of its public offering later in the game, and so it didn't ever really face, I think, an adoption issue. People were already using the search engine. People were already familiar. Google, Amazon, Apple, and Bitcoin are well-known brands, if you want to look at them that way, or technologies. Then, 90% of other ones out there. Like, everybody knows Apple, obviously. Everybody knows Google. Everybody knows Amazon, and everybody knows Bitcoin. Okay? They may not know fundamentally everything there is to know about these companies, but they're aware of the branding. That is oftentimes the first precursor to adoption, okay, and then acceptance. And so that's what makes these technology concerns, when you look at these charts, very interesting in terms of the potential for Bitcoin here. Based on where it's been here the last 30 days. And if you're in the camp that does not believe that this bull market is over, and that's the camp that I'm in, that we still have some room to go during this cycle, then you're expecting a rally, right? Will it happen? We don't know. Nobody knows, okay? Just like nobody knew in these companies that they were going to rally, okay? When they came in and fell below, in some circumstances, the Ichimoku cloud, okay? Bitcoin did the same exact thing and is now fighting to come back out. And so that's really where we are with Bitcoin, right? And so if you think of it in that perspective, it really gives you a little bit more insight, like, oh, okay, because people do trade Bitcoin like they trade technology stocks. And oftentimes you'll see Bitcoin being correlated to things that happen in the NASDAQ.